Reading CO says, I will be able to understand text across a variety of sources. Variety means like multiple or different, so across different sources. Our LO says, I will listen to 2 trickster tales and compare and contrast the main character's actions in both. So we're going to compare and contrast the actions of the main character in both. We're not going anywhere. You don't need your shoes tied. Put it down, please. Pay attention. Okay. So we're going to discuss, what does compare and contrast mean? What does compare and contrast mean? We've done this year. Compare and contrast. Think about it for a minute. What does it mean? Jackson, what does compare and contrast mean?
Contrast means you're comparing the differences and the likes of 2 different things.
Yes, so compare means to find the similarities. Contrast means to find the differences. Thank you, thank you. Next question. Does anyone know what a trickster tale is? What is a trickster tale? Do I have one hand up? Anybody in here? Ooh, what is a trickster tale? What? Okay, a tale from an animal. So that is a homophone indeed. So T-A-L-E and T-A-I-L. What's the difference? That's a homophone. What's the difference? What do you think? What is the difference between tail and tail, Axton?
One of the tails is spelled a T-A-I-L, which is like an animal tail, and then T-A-L-E is a storybook tale.
Awesome, like a story. So do you know what a trickster tale is, Axton? Go ahead.
A trickster tale is when like 2 animals meet and one of them has food and the other one tries to flatter or tries to trick them into giving their food to them.
It sounds like you read our story already, Axton.
No, we did it in 3rd grade, or was it 2nd grade? We read The Fox and the Crow.
Okay, so trickster tales, we're going to make an anchor chart now for that. Trickster tales, do you have a question? Okay. So go to your anchor chart tab in your journal, anchor chart tab in your journal. Anchor chart tab in your journal. Emily, get there, please. Manuel. Sorry. 1 second. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So, trickster tales. I hope y'all thumbs up if you can hear me. Awesome, awesome. So, we're going to create an anchor chart. Next blank page in your anchor chart tab. Make sure you're there. You there? We use the backs of pages. Remember, hey, we use the back of our page. Don't skip the back. Right on that side. So, are you in your anchor chart tab? Yep, right there. Okay, awesome. Your title is Trickster Tales. A trickster tale must have the following. It must have 1, a clever animal or person. Ah. 1 second, guys. So it doesn't have to be an animal. A clever animal or person who plays. Okay. Okay, thank you. Who plays, plays a trick on other characters. So that's one thing that a trickster must have. Manuel, we're in our anchor chart tab. Make sure you're working. Manuel, I'm sorry, I keep getting your name wrong. The trickster character has 1 or 2 main qualities such as greediness or boastfulness. Yeah, exactly. The trickster has a main quality of greediness or boastfulness. That's a mouthful. Does anyone know what boastfulness means? To boast. If I boast about my trophies, what do you think that means? What? Showing off, right? Bragging or showing off. So I'm going to put that right here.
Next to the A on number 1, is that a C or an A?
A C. Clever. The trickster has a main quality of greediness or boastfulness. The story sounds as if someone is reading it out loud. You can have a seat, Aiden. Do you need me to zoom in maybe? The plot moves quickly. The ending comes quickly. It's a quick story. And lastly, there is a moral or a lesson to be learned. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. So all of these are qualities of a trickster tale and what a story needs in order to be a trickster tale, okay? So what we're going to do next is we are going to read a couple of trickster tales, And then we are going to compare and contrast the characters in the trickster tale. Thumbs up when you're ready. Quickly, quickly, guys. We got to move quick. Quick fingers, please. You guys are so awesome. So awesome. I'm so glad I have y'all. So glad y'all are in my classroom. Are you good, A? Can I call you Lex? Okay, I'll call you Lex. Maybe it won't pick it up. Thank you, Natalie. She's done, ready to roll. Man, Nat, you are speedy. I'm sorry? Zoom in a little. Honey, your desk, did you move your desk up? Tomorrow I'll try to have you moved, okay? All right, I'm gonna move on quickly. Guys, gotta write quick. Quick. Race. See who's done first in my classroom. Oh, Julie's is already done. Plot. P-L-O-T. Give you a minute. Thank you. Guys, remember, if you get kicked off, please see our Google Classroom videos, because I'm recording exactly what we're doing so you can have all our resources. If you get kicked off, please go watch those videos. I uploaded yesterday's, so they're up there. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my slideshow. We built our anchor chart. So now you're going to find your text, The Fox and the Crow. It's on page 20 of your packet. Everyone get there, quick. Who's there? Quick. Page 20. A pair of tricksters, yes. Oh, thank you, Aiden. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Quickly. Page 20. So we are going to read and annotate this text together. I want you to pay attention to when a problem is solved and what the character or the trickster's motivation is. What makes them do what they do, okay? So I'm going to go to my text. And we are going to go to page 20. This is the first page, a pair of tricksters, okay? The Fox and the Crow. Are y'all ready? This little blank space out here is for your annotation, so make sure you're using it and you're doing all of this with me. If I write something, you write something. Got it? Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so the Fox and the Crow. The Fox and the Crow. I know when I come to a text, I need to write the genre. What's the genre? What do y'all think? You think it's realistic? It could really happen? We're talking about tricksters, right? Go ahead, Lorenzo. Go ahead, Aiden. A tale. Right. Did you try to answer, Lorenzo?
Oh,
Axon, go ahead.
no, my brother.
I'm sorry, Lorenzo. Okay, Lorenzo, can you share now?
My brother was talking
Okay.
to me. Again, I don't know what you were saying.
Okay. I'm gonna mute you. Okay. So a trickster, we know we're talking about trickster tales. Do you think this is fiction or nonfiction? It's probably gonna be fiction. It looks like it has animals in there, right? So our genre, we're gonna go ahead and write trickster tale. And I'm gonna go ahead and write fiction as well. And I want to know, what do you think the author's purpose of writing this is? Remember, authors can inform, they can describe, they can tell, to entertain us, yeah. We know that tricksters often have a moral or a lesson. Do you think the author, what do you think? Maybe the author wants to tell us a story that teaches us a lesson. So tell a story that teaches a lesson. Okay. Author's purpose. What do we know about foxes? Sneaky. Ooh, I like it. Anything else about foxes, Axton?
They're sly and they try to steal food off other predators.
They try to steal. Ooh, I'm not sure. They try to steal food. What do we know about crows? They're black. They can't see very well. Anything else about crows? Online? Jackson? Say that again. Jackson, can you say that one more time, please?
Those are great scavengers.
What do you say? Scavengers. Crows are scavengers. So this is what we call APK in activating our prior knowledge. So when we come to a text, we always do genre. We write the genre. We think about what the author's purpose could be with the genre and what we see. And then we activate our prior knowledge. We write things that we already know really about the title or any pictures that we see. You did it last year, didn't you? I know you did. APK, right? Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start reading. I want you to read along with me. Make sure you're paying attention, following along, okay? A fox once saw a crow fly off with a piece of cheese in its beak and settle on a branch of a tree. "That's for me, as I am a fox," said Master Fox, and he walked up to the foot of the tree. "Good day, Mistress Crow," he cried. "How well you are looking today, how glossy your feathers, how bright your eye." Wow. He's like really buttering her up, right? He's kind of like smooth talking her, complimenting her. "How well you're looking today, how glossy your feathers." What does that mean? Glossy your feathers. What do y'all think? What is glossy? I think of lip gloss. What is lip gloss, girls? Gloss. What does it do to your lips? Makes it glossy, makes it shine, right? So he's saying your shiny feathers. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Good or bad? What do y'all think? Good. It's a good thing. If my hair is shiny and smooth That's a good thing, right? So he's really giving her compliments. How bright your eye. I feel sure your voice must surpass that of other birds, just as your figure does. Your voice must surpass that of other birds, just as your figure does. So I'm trying to think of the word surpass. I'm trying to use my context clues like we've been working on, because I'm not too familiar with that word surpass. Huh. Thank you so much. You should be writing what I'm writing. Get your pencil in your hand. Thank you. Okay. So surpass, surpass, surpass. I need to look at my context clues. How I feel sure your voice, so he's talking about her voice, and she's a bird, so like her singing voice, I guess, must surpass that of other birds. So he's comparing her voice to other birds, just as your figure does. So I think figure is talking about how she looks, her body. So if he's comparing her to other birds, surpass, I know that pass means to like go ahead of somebody. Surpass must mean like better, right? Do y'all think? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Surpass is like better than other birds. So I'm going to write that up here. See, when I come to a difficult word, I need to be able to understand that word and pull out that meaning. Axton, do you have something to share?
Usually crows actually follow wolves. So when the wolves catch their prey, they actually steal the meat off them. And he's actually flattering her.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I want you to write that down on your paper, okay? Okay. Let me hear but one song from you that I may greet you as the queen of birds. So he's saying, I want to hear one song from you. And he's saying, like, if it's really good, I will probably call you the queen of birds. So what's going on here? What's happened so far? Let's write a little summary. What's going on so far? He's what? He's complimenting her, yeah. So fox complimenting crow.
Miss Crow,
Simple and quick, okay? Make sure you're writing.
I think
I
the
don't see
fox is
pencils
trying
and
to
hands.
trick her so that way she can't. He told her to sing, and she has cheese in her mouth. So if she sings, the cheese is gonna drop.
Ooh, are you making a prediction, Emily? So let's go ahead and record
Yeah.
that, a prediction. So I'm gonna say fox trying, what is the fox trying to do?
She's trying to trick the crow into dropping the cheese.
Awesome.
I know that because he said, "Let me hear one song from you so that I may greet you as the queen of birds." And he knows there's a cheese in her mouth, and if she opens her mouth, the cheese will fall.
Thank you for sharing your thinking, Emily. Thank you so much. Quickly. All right. Next page. The crow lifted up her head and began to caw her best. But the moment she opened her mouth, the piece of cheese fell to the ground, only to be snapped up by Master Fox. What happened here? Fox ate, what did he eat? The cheese. Thank you.
My prediction was right.
It was.
She
Thank
started
you, Emily.
singing, and then the cheese fell, and the fox grabbed it to eat it.
Yes, thank you. That will do, he said.
That actually gives you a connection about the chief word she does it. Me and my sister, I can't remember how old we were. It was like a long time ago. We were playing Alien Vision, and you know what she said? She said Alien Vision. I said, throw the cheese.
Throw the cheese. Okay. So Eric is making a connection right now. So Eric, I want you to go ahead and write that down because connections can help us understand a text, okay? That was all I wanted. In exchange for your cheese, I will give you a piece of advice for the future. Do not trust flatterers. Ooh, what is a flatterer? Raven.
It's people that try to flatter you.
Ooh, a person who tries, what does flatter mean?
They make you try to feel good.
Ooh. Try to make you feel good and give you compliments, right? Butter you up. Like whenever you want something from your mom, you say, Mom, you're so pretty. What can I do for you? I love you so much. Does anyone ever do that before they ask their mom for something? Yeah.
I know I do.
Yeah.
I know I've seen it happen too.
Y'all are all flatterers. You guys.
Before you want someone to do something for you, you give them a bunch of compliments, and usually your mom's like, "Okay, what do you want?"
Exactly. Thank you, Emily.
I don't do that.
That's a good connection. You
I don't do
it. Okay, that's good, Lorenzo.
Every time I say I love you to my
I be polite and I just say please.
Okay. Thank y'all for sharing.
every time I say I love you to my mom, she says
Exactly that.
like,
Thank you.
What do you want?
Thank you.
Like, I want nothing.
All right. So put yourself on mute. Thank y'all for sharing. I appreciate it. Write those connections down. So we know from our anchor chart that a trickster tale always has, Eric, both of you, always has a lesson or a moral, right? So what do you think the lesson is here? What is the lesson the author wants us to learn? Often our moral or lesson is stated at the end of our passage. Don't trust flatterers. Don't trust people who are trying to give you compliments all the time, right? So I'm gonna put a star next to this. I'm gonna put theme. I'm sorry, not theme. I'm gonna put lesson. Lesson or moral. Okay, see, that's a good one.
You actually mean it though.
I'm sorry?
What if you
If you mean it, well, then that's good. Thank you, Jasmine. All right, next story. The Raven and the Crayfish. So what do we do when we come to a story? What do we do when we come to a story? APK, activate our prior knowledge.
APK the title.
Genre, what else? Authors. Purpose, thank you. So let's do genre. What do you think the genre is? Yep, trickster. I'm gonna put fiction. Author's purpose, what do you think the author's purpose is gonna be? To what? To entertain us? To give us facts? No. To entertain. I want more than entertain though, because he does more than entertain. It's a trickster to tell a story. I love it. That teaches a moral. Thank you. And then a raven and a crayfish. What do we know about that? Let's activate our prior knowledge. What is a raven? Bird, a black bird. I don't even know what a crayfish is. What is that?
It's like a small lobster.
Like a lobster? Okay. Okay. Crayfish. Okay, are you ready? Ooh, really? Write it down. Write it down as a connection. Okay. Flying home.
A crayfish is something that eats tiny plants and animals that are roaming around in algae.
Ooh, thank you, Jasmine. I want you to write that down on your paper. Okay. Thank you. So they eat plants or tiny, like fish. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to read. Thank you, Jasmine, so much. Flying home to his nest one day, Raven spied a succulent crayfish swimming in the lake below. Look at that succulent. He spied a succulent crayfish swimming in the lake below. What do you think? Why did the author use succulent? What does succulent mean? Hold it. Juicy? You think it means juicy? What made you think that? You've searched it before? What do you think? Oh, A Bug's Life. Okay. What do you think, Jalicia? Yeah. Tasty, juicy. So I'm going to put that up here. Tasty or juicy. Do birds eat fish? Maybe small. Yeah, so that makes me think, I'm using my schema. Birds do eat fish, so maybe that bird thinks this fish looks so tasty and yummy. They use the word succulent. He swooped down and caught the fat crayfish in his beak, thinking of the feast he would have when he came to his treetop home. So were we right? Succulent means like juicy, yummy, tasty. He's describing it, the fat crayfish, thinking of the feast. He didn't say thinking of lunch, he said the feast. What is the difference between lunch and feast? So feast is big with lots of people. What do you think of when you think of feast? A party, a Thanksgiving feast with all this delicious food. Raven, was that what you're gonna say? You were gonna say?
Like a fiesta.
Okay, Raven, thank you.
I was going to say Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving feast. Oh, okay. So that's different. Like I'm thinking about the lunch that I brought today. I brought a salad, a chicken salad. That does not even compare to the feast that I have on Thanksgiving, right? So this fish is like, he's looking forward to it. It's so yummy. Okay. Thank you. Oh yes, succulent. It is. The STAR test, are they going to have these words written at the bottom? No. So we have to use our own minds. We have to use our context clues to figure out the meaning. Whenever we see this, I want you to mark it out because we have to use our thinking. It's not going to be given to us, okay? All right. Crayfish was terrified, knowing that she was seconds away from becoming a raven's dinner. She began to speak as calmly and sweetly as she could. Oh, great and powerful Raven, I'm so pleased to meet you. You know, I had supper with your father and mother a little while ago. What a delightful couple. What's happening right here?
Oh, the crayfish is gonna guilt trip.
Guilt trip? Oh, he said there's a connection between the fox and the crow. Tell me. Ooh, Crayfish is complimenting the raven. So let me write that out here. Little summary. Crayfish, compliment. What's another word for compliment?
I don't think it's complimenting Miss Crow. I think she's using her parents against her because she said that she had dinner with the parents.
Okay, so I'm so pleased to meet you. What a delightful couple. So he did have dinner with his parents, but the crayfish is telling him they're so delightful, they're wonderful. Do you see how that's kind of like sweet talking? Maybe not compliment. I'll use flatter or like sweet talk, like you do to your moms. Sweet talk. Eric B, do you have this written down? Do you need to sit beside me? Sir. What is that word, guys? What do y'all think that word is? U-G-G-O or U-G-O-O? Ugo? Ugo, said Raven, because his beak was firmly shut, holding tight to his dinner. And I have often noticed how enchanting your brothers and sisters are. What a handsome family, continued Crayfish. Are they still sweet talking? So still sweet talking. Okay. Let's go down. Oh, do you see here? So it is kind of like a crawfish, maybe. Do any of y'all eat crawfish? That looks like a crawfish to me. Okay. It's clamped shut. Yes.
I think you missed something up there on one of the pictures.
Did I?
Like,
What did I miss?
never mind, it looked like you missed a white.
Okay. Thank you, Emily, for paying such close attention, though. I really appreciate your attention. All right. His beak clamped shut, looking forward to supper time. Of course, they are all majestic, said Crayfish, but none is your equal. You are cleverest, Raven. No, that is not enough. You are the cleverest creature of all creatures since the world's creation. What's continuing to go on? What's happening?
Seems like everything is complimenting the clothes and his.
Compliments, right? Compliments, flattery, sweet talk. Delighted by this flattery, Raven opened his beak to agree. What do y'all think happens? What do you think is going to happen when she opens her beak? Drop the crayfish, right?
Scanner's gonna fall.
Yep. Before he could say a word, Crayfish wriggled free and fell back into the lake below, disappearing into the deep, dark water. That night, the cleverest creature of all creatures since the world's creation had to go without his dinner. All right, what happened here? Crayfish was what? Crayfish was free? Yeah. Eric G. I have stuff on my paper that you do not have, sir. I'm going to start writing names down so I can call parents. All right. So you should have what I have. Guys, if you don't have what I have, this is going to be done for homework. Because we are sitting in class right now and I have students who are not doing it. It's unacceptable. It's going to be real bad when I can show your parents that you're not doing your work. It's not going to look good. Okay, so I'm going to go to my slideshow. And so we are going to organize our thinking with this graphic organizer. This is a character comparison sheet. So make sure you write your name. It's the next page, page 26. Everyone go to page 26. It's the next page after the story. And we are going to do this together. Okay, so let me go back to mine. All right, so we are going to compare mine up. We're going to compare the fox and the crayfish. Okay, so let's discuss some similarities between the fox and the crayfish. What do y'all think?
They both complemented the crop.
So we know it's a trickster tale. These characters are both what? They're both tricksters, right? Do y'all agree online? Everyone give me a thumbs up if you agree. Are they tricksters? Yes, they are both tricksters. I'm gonna separate my ideas with a comma. Okay, what else is similar? Eric was saying that they both flattered, okay. They flattered who? They flattered the birds, right? What do you think, Olivia?
They both got their way.
They both got their way, is that what you said? Okay, they both got what they wanted. Thank you, Olivia. Axton, do you have a similarity to share?
When I watch TV, I watch educational shows, and there's crayfish. Crayfish actually eat zooplankton, and zooplankton eats phytoplankton. It's a green stream in the ocean that has little tiny animals in it.
Okay, all right, thank you for sharing, but we're doing similarities right now, so that's something that you want to say for the end, okay? Thank you. They both got what they wanted?
Oh, birds.
Birds, yeah. All right, what else? What are other similarities? What did they want? What did the fox want? Food. What did the crayfish want? Ooh, not to be food. So that wasn't the same. That was kind of different. So let's go ahead and add that down here, right? So what did the fox want? What specific food? Cheese. And what did the crayfish want? Not to be food. Awesome.
it
How
fine if I
did
say,
the,
is
how
it
did
fine if
the,
I say the crayfish wanted freedom?
can you say that again, LJ?
Is it fine if I say the crayfish wanted freedom?
Sure. Yep. Make it your own. Okay. What else? What are some other differences? We have Eric B.
It's a fox and it's a crayfish.
Okay, so one's a fox and one's a crayfish. Those are obvious, right? Mm-hmm. Let's think deeper though. How did the fox flatter? Go ahead, Travis.
That they both eat different stuff.
Okay. But was the story about what they were eating? No, not just what the fox was eating. But thank you, Travis, for sharing that because that is true. Natalie, did you want to share something?
There's one other difference. Like they both live in they don't live in the same place. Like the crayfish is in like the lake, and the fox lives on the land.
Okay. So where they live, you're right. But let's think a little deeper than that. Go ahead.
The crayfish flattered about the family and the fox is flattered about the
Yes. So Jalecia and Lex just said the fox flattered how the crow looks, and the crayfish flattered and complimented the raven's family. Is that true? Yeah. So I'm going to say complimented who? The crow. And this one complimented what? The raven's family.
Also, another thing that makes them different is they didn't do it with the same bird. One did it with a raven and the other did it with the crow.
Okay, so yeah, one has a raven, one has a crow. Oh, backwards. The fox was with the crow, right? Any other similarities? What do y'all think? Yeah, we have that on there. Any other similarities, Nolan?
I have a similarity. They
Go ahead.
were both animals. They're both animals.
They're both animals. You're right. They're both animals. What else do we know about tricksters? What is the author's purpose in a trick?
They both tricked someone.
Yeah, you're right. They both tricked. What do we know about tricksters? At the end, what is the author's purpose of telling a trickster? To teach us a lesson, right? Did they both teach a lesson? Ooh, taught a lesson, and the lesson was don't trust flatterers. Beautiful. Can you think of anything else? Yeah, they were both, well, between the characters, we are discussing the characters, not the stories, right? Would you say that the fox's flattery was selfish and the crayfish's flattery was not? What did the fox want? Cheese. What did the crayfish want? He just wanted to be free, right? Did he want like some food or something from? No. So I would think like one's more selfish than the other, right? Y'all think so? Let me write that down. Okay, so our chart should be filled out. Here, let me put it right here for a minute so you can catch up. Thumbs up when you're ready. Thumbs up when you're ready. Guys, we got to write quickly. We got to be able to keep up. Those of you who I keep calling on to pay attention, I'm not going to wait on you anymore. I'm just going to move on. It's going to be your responsibility to get the information. So I'm giving you this chance and you're not taking it. Okay, so I'm going to go to my slideshow. We did our graphic organizer together, so now we are doing our exit ticket. Our exit ticket is what is one way the fox and the crow is different from the raven and the crayfish. So I'm going to go back to my draft, my packet, sorry. It is on page 27. It's the next page, 27. Everyone go to page 27, the next page. And it says, what is one way the fox and the crow is different from the raven and the crayfish? So I'm going to give you a sentence stem that you can use because we have to write in complete sentences. The fox, ooh, and the fox and the crow is a title, right? What do I know about titles? Capitalize them. The fox and the crow is different from the raven and the crayfish because you finish the sentence. I want a minimum of 2 sentences on this, okay? 2 sentences. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. I'm going to stop recording right now.